Okay, guys, welcome back to Architectural World. This where we ended our previous class. I guess you guys are following it. So today we're gonna be working on the elevation. Like I said, in case you've not subscribed to this channel, please kindly do subscribe to this channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Okay, what do we need to do? Should we go with the flowers first? Let's check out what we're designing. Don't forget, guys, this is what we're still working on. We're trying to create our 90% match of these. Should we work with our flowers today or we should go on elevation? Okay, let's do the elevation today. So right now you come to your DPC level. Then I want to create a copy of this because I want to work on the elevation. All you just need to do right here is just try to create a copy of this, and for you to be able to do that you have to move away some things. You just move this off, you bring it back later, then you don't need to move that, you just have to delete it later. So you just align this and create a copy allow the arrow to load completely. Okay, now you can bring this back, to where you moved it off. But in case you don't want to create a copy, you could just retrace the walls. But me, I like creating copies, so I'll come here to my story setting, my ground floor, because I just rounded up the DPC level. So I'll go to my ground floor. Then right here I'll turn on trace. You can see there's a trace arrow here, and you can easily turn it on with alternative F2, but I'm just going to indicate it here, trace. Now you can see that everything on the ground level is displaying. So if you didn't copy, you could just use your word tools and recreate all this object like this. Let me show you something. If you didn't copy, you could just bring your word tools, you will create all these copies. You come here, you go to the inside layout, and you see you put it all through. But me, I don't like it. I like using my copy item, so everything is going to match. So I'm going to paste, then I'll move to fit in my desired position. I'm going to move this. More reason why I told you to copy, because if you copy, you're going to save yourself a whole lot of energy and time. So I'll just take this. I don't need this wall here. Okay, there are some walls I don't need here, which I copied, so I'm going to take them off. Walls like this, I don't need them here. Then walls like this, I don't need them here. So you see, I just copy. Let's see that on 3D, guys. Okay, you see, perfect, right? This perfect. So right now there are walls I have to take down in order to match this design. I really don't want to rush the class. If it is only the elevation I'm able to do today, it's better for you to understand it than we're rushing it at the end. You couldn't get what we're actually doing. So right now we're going to go with color blending and stuff like that. So let's go back to our ground floor. Okay, now what do? Let's change our colors. I like these items. Go to your wall settings, then you choose your preferred color. You can design with any which color you like. You mustn't use what I'm using, just follow what I'm doing, but use the items that are best for you. So I'm going to use our light gray on this. And I'm going to click OK. Let's see that on 3D. Okay, perfect. I think I'm okay. I'm cool with this. So right now we're going to go with the walls openings and the rest. We have a lot of walls that needs to be opened, so we'll come down to the spot. This wall is not needed here. Let's check our image very well. Okay, our image, this wall is not elevated, it ends on this ground level, and this wall is elevated. So we're going to work on the external walls first. So we're taking this wall down, and we are taking this wall down as well. Then we'll come down to the spot. We're going to cut this. We'll come to your split, look for your split here. You're going to get your split here. Let me drag it off so you can be seeing what I'm doing. Okay, this is your split. You take your split tools, you come to the spot. I want to split this. Okay, then I want to split this as well. I'll take my split tool, I'll come here, I want to split here too. Okay, you pick it up again, take your split tools. Okay, you split this as well. So I have two here now, and I want to split the diners part 2 because I intend to create a little design. I want to complicate it a little. Okay, then I'll come to the balcony. This is the balcony. You can see from the picture here, I guess my balcony. Okay, don't worry, I don't want to go into more photos. So let's split this balcony too. Then let's split this balcony. Is this necessary too? let's just check. Let's check from the image we have if that is necessary. Okay, this part is not split. So right now we have all these parts splitted. So what we need to, we pick them off one after the other. We pick this off, we pick this up, then we pick this up. So you come down to this spot. If you want to do it here, it's going to give us stress. Okay, it's going to give us stress. So let's go to the setting. We'll come down to the positioning, then we'll come to this spot. Now we want this wall to be, let's say, 450 millimeter. Okay, 0. Let's see the total. The total is 2800. That's the total. Now let's do this wall to be 2400. Let's check something. 2400. Okay, I'm trying to get something. 0. Okay, now 2400. Trying to get something. Okay, perfect. So now what we're going to do, if we are to use 2400, the height is going to be 400, and I want this height to be, let's say, 500. But let's see how it's going to look like if that is cool. Continue with that. It's just going to bring this up. Okay, you can see I think the height is too small compared to this. It's too small. You know, we're having a ground beam and we're having an upper beam there. So I guess we should make this 500. Let this come to 500. We'll come back to your ground floor. You press your Ctrl Z because the element is already up. So let's change this to 2250. I think I'm okay with this. Then you just click your continue. This information is trying to tell you that the moment you give this command, this wall is going to leave the ground floor and it will be elevated up, and you're not going to see it except on the 3D. So you just press continue and that is all. So let's see that on 3D. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. I'm okay with the height of this. So you can see, guys, perfect. I'm cool with this. So now the next thing we need right now, let's check. We're going to be picking it one after the other. Let's create these borders. Let's create this upper border and this down border. So we'll come back here, we'll come to our ground floor. Always remember to save your project, guys. Always remember to save your project. It's very necessary. Okay, so now don't forget, guys, we are working with a height of 2800, sorry. So I'm going to pick my slab tools. I want to work the upper layer at first. I'll come to my slab setting. Then I'm going to make this height of 100, this height of 100, and I'm going to offset this to 2800, being the height of the wall, 2800. Don't forget to follow what I'm doing, please, guys. And I'm going to change all this to glossy white, which it has to go with the same colors with the concrete fascia. So I'm going to change this to glossy white. Let's see, let's look for it. Okay, then I'll click my OK. Now since I'm using a spacing of 100 millimeter and I already have it initiated on all my walls, all I just need to do is just create a trace from this spot. I'll take a trace from this spot. I'll pick it up from here like this. I'll pick all angles very well. Okay, sorry guys, wrong. Okay, I'll take a trace from this wall. Okay, from this spot. Follow what I'm doing, guys. So we're going to be on the same page. I'm going to take all this spot. I'll take this spot. Okay, then likewise this spot. Then I'll come to this spot. I'll come back to this spot. Okay, I'll come back to this spot. I'll come to the spot. Then this spot. Then if I should click this spot, I've ended it and I don't want to use much line, so I'm going to transfer whatever I'm doing to this spot. Check what I'm doing. I'm going to transfer it to this spot. This slab is not going to show because it's going to be all through in the same colors, so don't be scared about having different dimensions on that. I'll just pick this up. I don't want to use multiple layers. That is why I'm using one layer to get it done. I'm just going to pick this. You can easily go to the ground floor and copy the one there and bring it up, but I don't want to copy it because since I'm doing it from the up floor, I just want it a little bit faster. So I just come here. I'll come to this spot. Okay, I'll come to this spot, then I'll bring it back to the first initial spot, and that is it. Let's see that on 3D, guys. Perfect. You see, you can see it very well. You can see got it right where I want it. You can see right where I want it. So whenever you do your design, always be careful with your detailing, guys. You can see very well we have it where we want it. So the next thing we need right now is the one running this way. Let's check that on 3D. What do we need? We need this coming this way and coming that way. Let's check the next photo. We're going to be working with our photo. Okay, there is a big border here. We need this and this. That's what we're looking for right now. So let's go guys. Come back to your ground floor. Okay, now this is what we're looking for. We'll come to our slab tools, pick our slab tools, then we're going to create this. Coming here. We're going to create this coming here. Coming here. Go, and we have this. Let's check that, guys. Okay, we didn't change, so we need to bring this back to 250. Okay, perfect. 250. Now 250, that's soft. Let's check something, guys. Okay, white or true. So we need to expand this. We need to move this backward, offset backward. We need to offset, then we need to offset this to match. Now we need to bring this to match here. We need to bring this. Okay, now let's pick this up to this spot, then let's pick this up to this spot. Okay, guys, so the next thing we need right now, we'll come to our slab tools again, then we'll go to the slab settings. We're going to change this height. I'm going to change this height to 2250. Then we change this height to 0. Let's give it a shot. So we'll come here, create a square slab here. Okay, we do the same thing here, square slab here. Let's check that on 3D. Okay, where is it? I tried to create something here. Okay, guys, let's look for what we created. Let's come here, let's pick it here too, then let's bring this slab thickness. Let's go for 22502. Let's check something. Let the height and the thickness to be 1. Okay, guys, you see we have it. You need to be working with commands. That is one thing about architectural design. When you're using the softwares, your commands should always tally. Always make sure your commands are on the same preface. If not, you're not going to get what you're looking for. You can see very well, just right where we want it. I really don't like rushing my classes because I want you understanding everything that I'm doing. It's like we're working together. That is the basic of this channel. So you see, guys, we're coming up greatly. You can see now there is something at this edge. Always make sure whatever you're designing is having a match. There is something on that edge. Okay, there is something at this edge. Let me show you. Always work with your photo. You see, there is a bevel on this edge. Let's not rush into windows, doors, and stuff like that because we're trying to create something that match. You know, these are elements. The more you're bringing out the elements, the slower the job. More reason why you need to concentrate more on those elements that are really not so stressful yet before you go into the rest. So now we have this here. So let's work this. Let's go for ground floor. Come here. Then we'll come to this edge because this is where we're working that. Now this is the edge. Let's pick let's go to document and pick a line tools from here. Then let's create a bevel here. We need a bevel at this spot. You can see we need a bevel here at this spot. Okay, so having this bevel here, all we need to do is cut this off. Then we can decide to rotate this to match. You can decide to bring this off, increase it, because this is what we're going to be using. Then we'll create a rotating copy of this. Let's move this to fit in here. Okay, then let's bring this here. To fit in here. Okay, now guys, let's check that on 3D. This place is a little bit complicated. You see, we have we have it here, but there's going to be air at the upper side. The more reason why I told you that this place is complicating. Let's check that from what we have here. Okay, it's really complicating, but we're going to push through though. It's having the same flight with this. Now you see guys, we're having this bev here, but there is more jobs to do here. Now what do we need? We need a wall of, we need a slab. This particular slab is coming this way, so let's just copy that off to make our job a little bit easy. So copy this to the spot, create a copy of what you already have here, rotate it. Prefer we rotate this to fit in. Okay, let's move this here to fit in this spot likewise. Okay, let's move this here too. Let's create a copy of this, then let's rotate it this way. Okay, we'll move this to fit in here likewise. Let's check that on 3D. Guys, always use a 3D to check what you're designing. Okay, perfect. Now we need this upper slab to shadow this. Now let's go back to our ground floor. We'll pick our slab tools. Let's go here. Let's pick our slab tools and change the setting to 225 millimeter thickness to 225 millimeter height. So we'll come here. All we just need to do here is just take our tools here, take this method, we'll bring this here, we'll bring this here, you bring this here, this here, this here, then to the final place, okay, let's see that guys. Let's see what we have. Now why do you have this? That is because the height was, the slab thickness was supposed to be 100 millimeter. Let's see guys. Perfect. You see, know what to use at the right time. That is the basic of construction. The slab thickness is 100 millimeter. That's the slab thickness. Now what is missing? This wall has to project to this spot, and this wall has to project to this spot. This is what we're creating guys. Don't forget, this is the angle. We're going to change the color blend later. Let's just concentrate more on this layer. So let's create an extension. We can't extend this wall because it's going to block it. Otherwise you just want to copy it. So I'm going to create a copy of this. I like creating copies for my jobs, so I'm just going to create a copy of this. I'm going to take all this off. I'm going to reduce this because I really don't need much of it. Okay, so I'll bring this to the spot. Okay, then I'll take this off, then I'm going to change this to, before you edit the height, make sure you through with the copying. If not, the moment you give the command, it's going to disappear. So I'm going to do all my editing then before going with the height. So let's go this way. Okay, so I pick that wall and I pick this wall. I change here to 2250. Perfect. It's going off immediately. Continue. You see, it's gone off immediately. Now let's see that. Perfect. You see guys, I got it closed. I got the wall closed. You can see very well the wall is closed. Forget about this line. Do render, you're not going to see all this line. These are lines, you're not going to see them. So you see guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to turn on your notification bell. If your being on this channel is not really benefiting you, please kindly exit, because everybody I want on this channel is people who benefit from my channel. So you can see that what we're designing is matching what we have. Now what do we need? Let's get this wall to this window wall. So let's go back to the ground floor. This wall is coming to the spot. It's coming to the spot, and I'm seeing that they are too close. So there's going to be an adjustment. Okay, let's just check something first. Between these two walls, they are too close, so we just have to bring this wall out a bit. But let's just bring this first. Let's create a copy of this to the spot. Okay, let's see that on 3D and check something out. It's close. I told you this close. We have to create a little space. This one has to come to this spot. I'm gonna do that later. Let's just copy this first to this spot, likewise to this spot. Then let's take a slab tool, then initiate a slab here. Let's initiate a slab here, square slab here. Okay, let's put a square slab here. Then let's give the command of 100mm slab thickness. Okay, let's see that on 3D. Perfect. Okay, we have this right where we want it, I guess so. Okay, the window is smaller. It's smaller. I think there is expansion. We have a whole lot of work to do here, guys. A whole lot of work to do. First, we need to go to our ground floor. Let's come this way to our ground floor. Okay, let's bring this wall back to this spot. Okay, let's create an expansion to all these walls. Let's move. We're trying to edit something. Let's put this here. Then let's pull it to 100. Okay, go back to your story. Okay, perfect. I'm getting it right now. So let's go to the ground floor. The trace is already activated. Let's bring this to this spot. Let's bring this here. Okay, let's pull it here. Let's bring this here. Okay, now let's put this backward. Let's put this here. I lost space between those way. Let's drag this to this spot. Now let's move this to fit in here. Okay, guys, let's see that on 3D. Trying to create an adjustment. Okay, I think this adjustment is cool. Yeah, it's cool. So before you can edit this wall, you have to bring it back to 0. This has to be 0 before you can edit that slab. It has to go back to 0 on the ground floor. So you come here, you can see what you want to edit. You can see, easy, guys. You send it back to 2250. You just have to send it back to 2250, and boom. Okay, so you can see, guys, we are getting it right exactly the way we want it. So what's the next? Let's work on this and this. Okay, let's not rush the. So let's work on this part the way we choose. Okay, now what are we looking for right now? We're looking for this. Let's see that. Let's solve this 1 2 3 first before we go into this. So we'll come back. Always learn how to use your slab tools. Always learn how to use your slab tools. It's going to help you a lot. So we're going to pick a slab tools here. We'll come to settings. Let's go for a height of 200 slab height. Then let's go for 1800 slab offset. So let's paste the first one here. This is the center of the slab. Let's drop it here. Okay, so I'm going to move this to the center. Let's see that on 3D, guys. Okay, so now what do we need to do? Let's change this to bottom offset to 2200. Let's see that. Okay, still I want this to be 200. Okay, 200. Let's change this to be 300. I want a little bit of. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. So let's just create a copy of this. Let's expand it a little 6. Then let's create a copy of this to, let's say, 100mm. Then let's come here, create another copy this way to be 100mm. Then let's go to 3D. Always edit on 3D, guys. Always create your edition on 3D. So let's come here. Okay, now I want this to be slab thickness should be 1.8. Let's try this. 1800 slab thickness 1800. Still too much. Let's go for 1400. Okay, then let's bring this to 1900 and see. Okay, 9, let's say 2 meter. 2 meter height is okay. Okay, perfect, guys. You can see I have it right where I want it, and I think I'm cool with this. I'm cool with this, guys. You can see very well. Always remember to save your project. Don't forget to save your project. Always remember. So the next thing we're looking for right now, let's check our picture. Let's solve this. This is what we're going to solve right now. So let's put this. This is what we're going to be putting right now. This. So let's go back to this. We'll come back to our ground floor. Of that is just to create a copy of walls. I like copying walls. I don't know why. Let's take this. We'll copy this off to this spot. Copy to this spot. Okay. Then let's rotate a copy likewise. Let's rotate a copy of this to this. Okay, guys. Now we need to bring this. Let's go with 800. Okay. Or do you prefer 900? Let's do 900, guys. Let's add extra 100 to this. Okay. Now what do we need? You need to pick this wall, then come to your wall settings. You change this height. Let's do minus 2000. I want to change this height to 800. Okay, let's go to 3D and see that. Okay, perfect. What do we need to do? Come to your ground floor, pick your slab tools, guys. Go to your slab settings. You change this to 100 millimeter height. Slab tools. This is what setting. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Pick your slab tools. Go to your slab setting. Okay, change this to 100 millimeter. Then you change this to 800 millimeter. Okay. Come to the spot. You draw a line here to this to match this. You click this, you offset this angle to 100 millimeter. Okay, let's see that on 3D. Perfect. What do you think we're lacking, guys? If you think this design is not going according to what I present to you, just kindly drop it on the comment section. But if you think that this design is going accordingly and is cool, don't forget to drop a comment for me. Now you see, guys, this is where we are. The next thing, let's go for this upper leveling. So go back to your floor. You come to this, your story setting. Remember, we have a settings for leveling. So let's pick it. First of all, let's check what we have for this leveling. I want to check something. Let's go this, right click your story. Okay, we have 6255. Let's change this to 550. I prefer 550. Yeah. Okay, let's change that. Now, guys, you know I always like copying my walls, but you didn't copy, so I'm going to paste what I copied directly. So in case you didn't copy, you have to retrace, but in case you copy, you just have to paste what you copy. So I'm going to take down the ones I don't want. That is all. I'm just going to take down the ones I don't want, like this, and this. Now let's check that on 3D. Okay, guys, perfect. This is perfect, but too high. Let's go back to the leveling. It's too high. The leveling is too high. Let's check this. Okay, I'm supposed to have 550. Let's change that. Let's check 3D. Okay, guys, cool. Let's see. You see, this is what I just did, and this is how it looks like. So, guys, what do you think? Now the next thing we're going to do right now is our concrete fascia. Let's not rush into windows. I know many of you will like, let's put the doors and windows, let's do the settings, let's go into this, let's get this done, let's see the inside. But I don't want to rush this class. I want you to understand the modeling. You know, first of all, you have to build a house completely before you think of buying doors, but the openings are going to be there though. So guys, let's not rush. Calm down, let's work as a team, please. Let's go for our concrete fascia, and we're going to be using slab. This tutorial is all about using the simple tools to get what you really want. There are a lot of simple tools you need to use, like slab tools to get the concrete fascias and stuff like that. So let's drag this off a bit. Let's go back to our ground floor. There is something I'm missing here. Okay, I want this wall to come up to this. Perfect. So what do? Leveling. Let's go to our leveling. Okay, guys, let me see what we have here. We have a two-step concrete fascia. So that's what we're going to be ending today's class, a two-step concrete fascia. Then our next class, we're closing this to 99%. It's going to be 4 classes in total. So let's get our concrete fascia installed nicely. If you check my video, I already have a class on concrete fascias, a lot of class on it, but I still want to do it, and I can't recommend you to go watch that to solve this pressure. So doing that, there are a lot of ways for you to put a concrete fascias on all those things. We call them wall extra. I'm going to show you the real method that was designed. You come to your document, there's what to call objects. There you look for your objects. I think you can have that on more, documents to say, or design. Okay, design. There's what to call objects. You're gonna look for it. It's like a chair, object tools. You pick it up. This is the real way of getting the concrete fascia, but I just like preferring using slab because during the construction process I always use slab in real life. So you see, this is the real way, and we call it wall extra. You just come to your setting, you type in wall extra, you just type in wall, you click enter to search for it. That is the real way of it. Wall extra, that's what it's called. You allow it to load, you look for it, because anything external on walls is always called wall extra. That is the basic concept of it. You can see these are modeling curved. This is what we call concrete fascia. You see, modeling curve. You can pick any of these. You can pick any of these to get your design done. This item 1, item 2, item 3, and item 4, they are concrete fascia. Though they are written here as modeling curved, they are concrete fascia. But if you check most of the design out there today, we barely used it. Now check what this person used. This person used a flat slab of 300 millimeter. Except you grounded, that is when you can know that this is what the person used. Gone are those days where we have to use all these stuffs. They are no longer in vogue. I don't know for where you're watching me from, but right here in Nigeria, this part of Nigeria, the south where we operate from, we basically use concrete fascias and slabs as slab tools. Even if you want me to show you a video of when I'm producing it, I'm going to show you a video right now. Just hold on, let me show you a real video of me working it out. Hold on, guys. Let me show you what I was talking about. You see, this is a 3-step concrete fascia, and it's basically done with a slab method. You can see, let me take you around the pictures. This is when we have casted it. You see very well. Then let me show you the finishing part of it. This is when we are dressing it. You can see very well. This is the dressing layer. Let me make a zoom. You can see that is a simple slab. Let me bring it up. The zoom is too much. Okay, you can see the dressing. Then let me show you the finishing part of it. This is the finishing part of it. That structure I showed you, this is the finishing part. I'm the one that designed it, and I'm the one that built it. We design, we build. So that's what I'm trying to show you. So we basically use more of slab these days than those concrete fascias. Let me take you through it so you see it very well. Okay, you can see, you see the finishing touch of it. It's very straight and very neat. It was neatly installed and neatly dressed. So guys, we're going to be using the same method to create our slab, our concrete fascia on this right now. This is what we're going to be doing. We're going to create our very well. The first one is 300 millimeter, then the second one should be 100 millimeter, making it 2-step because of the water connector. So let's go. Come back to your leveling. This is a simple slab tools. Like I said, this is what we're going to be using. We'll come down to our slab layer. We'll go to our slab tools. We change the setting to 100 millimeter. The offset is 800. Okay, 800. Is that what we're going to be using? Let's check the final height of this. I thought I did 550. Let's go with 550 millimeter. 550 millimeter. Okay, the paint and the rest are okay. So we're just going to take okay. Let's click on okay for it. Okay, after the whole thing, you click okay. You change to this polygonal method. Then we pick all edges. You just have to pick all edges because you're working a slab here. You pick all the edges, all the spots. This is what you need to do. You pick all edges. Okay. You could create a zoom so you see very well. All edges will come down to the spot. You let go. Okay, so what you just need to do is come down to here, offset all edges to 300 millimeter. Click OK. That's your first slab. Let's check that on 3D, guys. Perfect. You see, we have our first slab installed at 300 millimeter. So the question is, are you okay with the 300 or you want a more pushed out? You can see very well this 300 millimeter and it's okay. But if you want to do it, let's say 450 millimeter, you just have to come down to the spot, and add extra 150 to this. Okay, let's see that on 3D. Let's see, 3D 450 millimeter, not bad. Now we want to create the next step. How do you create the next step? There are two ways for you to do that. You just click here, you press your Ctrl D, Control, you move to fit in this edge, you go back to your leveling, you click this. The first one is what you need. You just need to offset this to 100 millimeter and you click OK. Let's see that on 3D. Okay, now you see you have your two-step. This is your two-step. See, you have your two-step. But in case this method seems hard to you, or you can't get the straight line, if you can't get the straight line of this method, there is still a easy way for you to go through it, and which is you come back to your leveling. Okay, you pick these tools, you just create a copy of this from this spot, you create a copy, you bring it back to match, then you offset all edges to 100 millimeter. You come down to this setting here, you add 100 to this, making this 600. It's still going to give you the same thing. Let's see that on 3D. Okay, you see, you still arrive on the same format. So guys, our next class, we're going to be working on all the openings. Do you mind we put in the roof sheet, or we should do that on our next class? Okay, let's just put a roof on it so we know that everything we're doing is fitting perfectly. Now when you see something here, I want to show you something. If you check the spot very well, you will see that there is a jam here because the space, the 1.2 meter space given here, and after the offset of the concrete fissure is closed. So we have to work an adjustment. We need to bring all these walls back, starting from this first wall. We need to bring this first wall, offset just this first wall to the spot, then offset this first wall to the spot, then we need to bring this to the spot and this to the spot. Okay, let's check that. Let's check that on 3D. Okay, it's better this way, you can see. So guys, this is the easy process of creating a slab, your concrete fissure. It's a very easy process. So let's work on the roof plan. Let's work on the roof plan, guys. Roof plan, that's what. Always remember to save your project, don't forget that, always remember. Then now let's work on the roof plan. Okay, so the roof method, I already have a class on roof, but I'm still not going to send you to that. So we come into roof side, you just come to the leveling, come down to the leveling. We want to roof this in a very simple way. If you check what we have here, let's see, let's close some of these stuffs because we don't need them anymore. I just opened them because I want to show you what I was doing. So let's take them down. Okay, now our roof is very simple, very simple roof. You see, you have it here, you have it here. So this kind of roof, you don't need to stress yourself. You just come down to your roof tool, you go to your roof settings. The height, you really don't need to work on this height, but since we are using 650 millimeter, you just change this to 650. Okay, you come down to the spot, you change this to 0. But most roofs that you change this layout, you can't split them. But since we're not using a splitting roof because there is no vent on it, so this is really okay with us. So you come down to the modeling, which is really not necessary though, except the edge. You have to make the edge to tally with the concrete fissure. I was using glossy white, so whatever color you use on your concrete fissure, that's what you have to pick on the edge. The edge is glossy white, so I'm just going to look for it. Glossy white, hold on. Okay, the bottom is still going to be the same glossy white because that's the parts that we're going to see. Then this roof side, you can use whatever color, whatever roof type you choose or you prefer to use, because automatically I'm still going to edit this in Atlantis where I'm going to change the roof to all black stone coated. So I just click my OK. I come down to the spots. You see, these are single plane roof and this is the multi-plane roof, which is what we are using. Then you come here, you see the complex roof. You come here to the rectangular roof and you come here to the hip roof. So we're going to take the middle part of it. We just come direct to the concrete fissure. This is where we put in our roof plan. You come here, you pick this spot. Sorry guys, that's wrong. You come here, you pick the spot to the spot. You can see you pick all the spots to this. You pick all the spots you need right here. Okay, we pick all spots. We're trying to roof it completely. We pick all the external spots right here. Okay, then you go back to the start point to be the end point, and that is all. So what do we do here? We offset all these spots. We bring all these backward to offset all edges. You offset all edges here to these spots. Okay, all edges are spotted. You can see here. So this is your roof plan. You offset all the edges. You can see the roof. The roof plan is a little bit tiny, but this is going to be like even when you are roofing it. Let me show you on 3D, guys. But first, let me save my project first in case of any emergency. Now let's go to 3D and see what we just created. What do you think, guys? Exactly. But what are we lacking? The roof is sitting wrongly. You can see the roof sitting here. It has to go up to 750. So let's change it to 7 and see what we got. Perfect. So you see, these are roof plan. You can create a zoom to see if it matches properly. You can create a zoom. Okay, you see it didn't match. You go back to the leveling. You go back to the leveling. You take care. You offset all edges backward to this. Let's see what we got. Offset all edges back to this. Okay, let's see that on 3D again, guys. Let's go. Okay, we got this. Oh, sorry, my bad. We just made a mistake right now. Let's undo what we just did. Let's undo. I'm coming, guys. Okay, this is my slab and I have another slab here. So I'm offsetting all these edges direct to these edges. Okay, I think so. Let's check that on 3D. Okay, perfect. First I was losing one of my slab. So guys, you see I got it right where I want it. Perfect. So what do you think? Our next class we're going to be working on all the openings. Now you can see that what we have here is exactly what we have here. You can see this to this and this to this, and let me show you mine. This to this and this to this. So the difference is that this is the lower roof, while mine is sitting at 45 degrees, which I could easily bring down to 35 if possible. You just bring it back to 35 degrees. You see, but I always like using 45 degrees. I'm going to send it back to 45 degrees for better height. Okay, guys, so please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell in case you're just joining us for the first time. We really appreciate you and we love you. We celebrate you. Please, guys, don't forget to be part of this family, and if you want us to teach anything, kindly drop it on the comment section and I'm going to leave this class and treat it immediately. Whatsoever that is giving you stress in architecture, even if it is not on Archicad softwares, if it is other softwares or a challenge, a physical challenge on the field, maybe you're doing something, you want to get something and you're having a lot of challenges on it, just drop it on the comment section and I'm going to create a video on how you're going to get through it. So guys, love you, and don't forget Architectural World also has a sub channels on YouTube with the name Nice Touch Construction. That is where all our practical video go to. So in case you want to subscribe to Nice Touch Construction, you can just stop down there and be part of the family too. We have 2 channels on YouTube. We have the Architectural World where we use in creating our designs, and we have the Nice Touch Construction where we post all practical jobs. See you on our next class. In case this class is beneficial to you, kindly drop a like and a comment for me. Thank you, guys.